welcome everybody. Welcome everybody to Artist. This is the second part. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, let's just hop into it. So yeah, this is where we was last time. Devon found that they pull into the parking lot of the motel. Check out the graffiti colored walls. The cartoonish caricatures have a way of cheapening this experience. Like, this is only a stupid haunted house attraction. So this is home base, huh? Devon rubs the back of his head, feeling self-conscious after taking up for so long. After talking this place up for so long. My bad. It didn't look that bad in the pictures. People would never have respect for stuff like this. I don't think it looks bad. I love street art like this. And this makes me feel less alone. Like, a lot of people have been here and we're just fine. Actually, keep an eye out in case one of them is lurking around. All the graffiti artists I knew are really nice. It's not nice to do it in a place like this where a bunch of people got killed. Well, I think a lot of people would disapprove of what we're doing, and I know you're nice. So just lighten up a little. Ow, jeez. I remember the last video. I'm gonna change his voice. Cameron walks past the bear, slapping him hard on the ass as he does. Devon raises a brow, not sure what to make of Cameron's high spirits. They just had one of the heaviest conversations of their relationship, and, well, maybe that is why. If Cameron was feeling more comfortable in being honest and open with Dev, then that could only be a good thing in the bear's mind. After returning a much harder ass slap that makes Cameron yelp, the bear joins him in exploring the area. Considering that the motel is supposed to be one of the most haunted buildings in Echo, Dev had thought it would be a good idea to set up base there. Specifically in room 12, but most of the numbers are missing and most of the heavy metallic doors are locked. Even though they're all dented from looks like the results of a literal battering rams. Well, they sure seem to care a lot about boarding this place up. They probably got tired of dumbasses crawling in and getting hurt. Yeah, but luckily I'm not a dumbass. Hey, what about me? Well, I don't think a music degree will help us in this situation, but you're still pretty smart. Oh shit, that's right. You majored in mechanical engineering, and you work at the most valuable industrial automation companies in the country. Yep. Devon is a little taken aback by just how cold Cameron's response is. Well, go on. Your classes in dynamics and calculus space physics sure figured this out for us. Devon's voice drips with sarcasm, and Dev can only assume he's making fun of the way the bear had tried to impress him in his coursework during their first dates. But Devon tries to salvage the earlier good-natured mood. Well, we could probably break those boards as long as I move my fist at a high velocity. You see, with the amount of kinetic energy, Dev's half-hearted teasing trails off. He never much liked the outright disdain his fellow STEM students had for the arts and soft sciences. It's just that it would get Cameron riled up, and that was funny. In college. And now, Dev feels like a dick. Besides, Cameron's ability to understand and play music is basically magic to the bear. Devon's draft of music is surface level, and he's slightly tone deaf to boot. Cameron wouldn't ever point this out, but just sing along and attempt to harmonize. And while Devon had been offered his six-figure salary career before he even graduated, he had watched Cameron's dreams of working in the music industry slowly evaporate over the past 3 years. Now, Cameron is working at a call center he hates. The bear had thought himself to be so smart in college, and yeah, he did alright. But now he's becoming more aware of what a dumbass he is when it comes to communicating with actual people, with his literal boyfriend. He needs to apologize for this one. The bear clears his throat. Yo, Cam. The bear shuffles up to the coyote, but before he can say anything, Cameron just points out the door. See? Number 8. And the door over there is number 3. So, counting in this direction, Cameron's frosty demeanor is completely gone. 10, 11, and room 12. But when you know it, it's open. Oh, sweet. Thanks. I went to college. Uh-huh. Now, I'll go first to make sure everything's clear. Of what? I don't know. Squatters? Well, get ready to find a death squatter because how the hell would they survive? Actually, you just reminded me that there are a couple of creeps that live here. Like stubborn locals that won't leave. At least that's what a post said, like, from them, like, 2 years back. What? I don't like the sound of that. Are they dangerous? From what I gathered, they're more of a get off my lawn variety of creeps. Those types can still be dangerous. If no one's been killed by them yet, then I think we're good. But like I said, I'll look out for you. Dev makes a mock growl. I'll make them permanent residents of Echo. And by that I mean dead ones. Devon. Now Devon can tell that the coyote really is upset. What's wrong, babe? You told me no one lived here. You said that a bunch of times. Cameron, it came up so many times on the forum, and the posts I remember were really mundane. I honestly just forgot. Alright. Devon stares at the coyote waiting, but he doesn't say anything. Cameron, is there anything you want to tell me? If there is, I'm still hoping you'll be up to like you said. Ah, I know. Hey, it's all good, man. It's not like I'm expecting you to share everything on your mind right now. But I'm here to listen if you want to talk. It's just hard to explain. I guess the fact that there aren't real people still living here does make it a lot scarier. Does it have to do with the dreams you were having? Dad watches Cameron steadily, but he does seem genuinely confused himself. Kinda, but they were weird. I don't think they really meant anything. Yeah, I'm just overreacting. I just really want to have the deliverance experience on top of it. I just really don't want to have the deliverance experience on top of Ghost, you know? I gotcha. And there's nothing wrong with being vigilant. My friend from Southland, the one from the town even more haunted than Echo, he says something horrific happened between backpackers and an redneck every year or so. He says something horrific happens between a backpacker and an outback redneck every year or so. How comforting. But while I was sort of joking earlier, if anyone tries anything, I will do what needs to stop them. Dev doesn't tell Cameron that in that moment he kind of does wish he'd gone through with getting a gun for protection. If those men are still around, the bear has no doubt that they'll have plenty of guns. Well, let's not think about that because it's not going to happen. Unless they are squatting in that room. Not for long. The bear's exaggerated bravado becomes genuinely cautious as he opens the door. The room is hotter than it is outside, and if it were magnifying and trapping the heat... Okay, yeah. This is doable. Hey Cam, all clear. No murders, hillbillies in the... Oh, gross. What are you expecting? We just need to strain it out a bit. Look, there's even a mattress over there. Wait, we're not gonna use it for sleeping or anything, are we? What do you think I bought sheets? I am not sleeping in. Kidding. Those are just to give us, to cover up in the disgusting place we might sit. I already told you I have a room booked in Peyton. And we'd better use it, no matter how you get this, no matter how into this you get. Of course. But we might as well make this place as comfortable as we can anyway. Cameron is quiet and Dev turns to see him staring at a plethora of brushy dolls on the ground around the window mattress. Your Tornado shot is up to date, right? That's a great question. Yeah, great. Just don't puncture yourself on anything. I'll try to clean those up at least, along with the other sharp, rusty things on this floor. Cameron watches Dev step back, brushing his paws against each other loudly. Well, I'd say that's rather cozy, don't you think? I've seen actual homes that look worse, so yeah, I'd say so. Cameron eyes the couch and slowly sits on the edge, not quite trusting it despite the sheet. So, what do you know about paranormal investigations? You said you did research. Turns out you just run around with a flashlight and call the ghost a bitch. Good one. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't really show ghost hunts. Didn't know the reality show ghost hunts were such a rare spot for you. Such a sore spot for you. They single-handedly ruined the credibility of actual investigations. Well, they brought it more attention, right? Anyway, all I really know is that you do EVP stuff, taking pictures, just sitting around reading, stuff like that. That's the start. Actually, I was thinking you would deal with most of this stuff. So what I mainly researched had to do with those who are gifted. It's almost physically impossible for the Hildy to use that word to describe people like him. Oh yeah, I wanted to say earlier how happy I was for you looking through that form. It must be really annoying just hearing me go on about when I don't even experience it. No, you're fine, Dev. Actually, Cameron much preferred to hear from Dev. Half of the people in the forums were clearly liars with a savior complex. And then the other half were contacting those assholes to help communicate with a dead loved one. Cameron couldn't stomach it, and just ended up looking at a blog that seemed a bit more legit. So, what did you find out? The way the boy is lit up now that they're talking about investigation reminds Cameron what he needs to at least try. Well, according to these psychics, it's pretty simple if you have the extra sense. First, approach a location with clear intentions. I'm here to see or hear something from the past. Second, keep an eye open, which is something I promise to do. And finally, if you sense that the person's hostile, always remember that it can hurt you. In that case, they might not actually have been a person. I wouldn't worry about that demon shit. Even I have a hard time believing in that. There's something we can agree on. Now I'm gonna go on a limb here and assume something terrible would happen in this room. Why else look for a specific room, right? I don't want you to tell me what happened, but I assume this is a bit of a test. Well, I don't want to call it a test. I'm gonna be recording and looking for the thing that happened in this room too. Just thought you might want to see if you sense anything and compare it with what actually happened. I think that's a good idea. I'm just gonna do some light touch sensing, and I think they call it. So I won't see anything, but just sense what might have happened. But tell me if you feel things. Out right, of course. I'll be fine. All right, I'll get started. We won't go super late tonight. I just want to get a feel for things. Sure. I'll get started by opening my mind and making my intentions clear. Okay, babe. I love you. Devon leans in and kisses Cameron on the head. Then Cameron watches as Dev turns off the lantern, plunging them into darkness. Ew, fudge. It's about to get scary, isn't it? Lugging around the apartment while trying to be quiet about it quickly gets Devon sweating through his shirt. He hadn't really thought about that heat, even when Cameron was complaining about it, but his shirt has been plastered to his fur, and he had to take it off. He's making an extra effort not to disturb Kelly because Cameron seems to be trying, his eyes closed and ears up. Devon didn't even need to ask to take out his phone to record audio. He just did it, and to Devon, that just proves how much Cameron wants to do this. As Devon goes about testing his equipment, Cameron shuts him up and mumbles something. Dan perks up. Hey hon, I'm right here. You alright? I need to get more comfortable. At the same time, he adjusts himself so that his feet are on the suitcase in front of him. Okay, something about Cameron's demeanor is bothering Devin. Cameron's words were a little slurred. He does seem kind of not quite there. Should he pull him out of it? Devon had never seen a psychic in action before, so maybe this is normal, like a trance. He hopes it's normal, because even if Devon can't find his answers, he'd give them up for Cameron to discover he isn't psychic and psychotic. As he's fiddling with his EMF reader and sensor, Dread suddenly clutches at his chest. What if the opposite happened, and Cam really did lose his mind? Like when his mom got psychosis. If that happens, Devon is not only now realizing that he will be responsible, and how could Devon and Cameron forgive him for that? How could he forgive himself? Shit. Devon hisses under his breath. What the fuck is he doing? Bringing his boyfriend to his room? Where that happened? He was usually alone, or with his friends when doing these investigations, and his want to see something always overpowered the fear. He assumed Cam would be used to this scary shit, especially after he described that flat-faced creature in the raincoat that he'd been seeing since he was a kid. He just assumed. Why is it only now that he's realizing that what the consequences could be? Well, it's because the thing Cameron had told him by the lake had changed a lot of things in the bear's mind. This is something a loving partner does to another partner. He's fucking using Cameron for his own selfish reasons. Devon knows that the Coyote has some kind of ESP ability, but that didn't mean he didn't also have other issues that could fuck him up. That didn't mean the possibility of seeing those awful things wouldn't cause him to develop more issues. After the wind taken out of his sails, Devon stares at the ground, thinking. Then he gets up and paces for a bit, beginning to make up his mind, deciding that right after this, they're done, no matter what. The bear looks at the closet, the one where a wolf from the Minnesota tribe council hung himself in the early 90s. If only he could see one thing, just a sliver of proof that she's okay on the other side, he'd be at peace with all this. Really, the biggest hurdle ahead of him is the embarrassment of ditching his plans to figure out how to tell Cameron why. Dev lets a shuddering sigh, standing in the closet, looking at the bar, wondering if it's the same one that the wolf used. Devon feels something. Not a good something. A chill runs up his spine, and suddenly he's shivering. No way. It's actually happening. Holy shit. Holy shit. Is all he can manage to say. It's happening, but it feels so wrong. Then the fear that he'd never known before takes over him. He wants to turn around. He wants to call to Cameron, but it's like something is around his neck, holding him in place. And then he hears a terrible sound behind him. Oh fuck. Cameron knows something is happening for sure. It's scary, but at the same time, it's making him question what he'd always believed. Had Devon been right about all this stuff? Had he just misunderstood himself for so long? He could sense someone. Nothing like the monster he'd seen in the past. Instead, this was a man in a suit with a bolo tie. He was sad. He was angry. He was terrified. Cameron knew that this was often what psychics describe when talking about sensing people from the past. You feel their most intense moment in life. This man, this wolf, he's gonna do something terrible. And while Cameron was marveling about it, the wolf suddenly changes. At the same time, Cameron feels his focus turn on it. This gives the coyote pause, because now this presence was trying to interact with him. Was this right? Cameron thinks it could be, but something doesn't feel right about it, like this isn't what he thinks it is. But he supposes that anyone doing this for the first time would feel it to be strange. Maybe he was doing the light sensing thing wrong. So the point is to listen to the past, like a recording. This direct communication is scaring the coyote, but this could be a chance to answer Dev's question, and his own answer for that matter. I'm sorry to bother you. What is death? Where do we go? This feels very stupid and clumsy, but it's all that comes to his mind, so Cameron asks it over and over. There's a long, empty pause. and then something like a cackle. It almost sounds fake, like a Halloween toy, but it's dark, mean, and it's making fun of him. All the feelings of wonder and hope for a breakthrough are deflated instantly. He needs death. He needs to open his eyes. Cameron's eyes are heavy. He can barely focus. Something has gone terribly wrong. The place is evil, malicious. This is not a person. Now, all that the authority can sense is that a profound tragedy had just taken place. He meets Devon, and he thinks he sees him, and his vision begins to slowly focus. Oh shit. What the fuck happened to Devon? At first, Cameron doesn't understand what he's seeing. How is Devon staring like that? Staying like that? Why isn't he moving? He realizes why over the next few seconds. The unnatural way Dale's weight seems to pull at his neck says it all. Cameron starts screaming, but it's weak, muffled, barely a wheeze from his throat. Can't move. Wait, did Devon hang himself? Paralysis. This isn't real. This is sleep paralysis, but something about this is so fucked, so real, and he couldn't have fallen asleep. He's almost positive about that. But even if he had, his boyfriend could actually be hanging himself while the Kelly sits uselessly on the couch. Sarah begins to engulf him. How could this happen? How could he do this? How? Cameron tries screaming again, and again. It's just a wheeze of breath. He stares at Devon's contact image instead of Devon's dead in the closet. They took that picture in college 5 years ago and just a month into their relationship. At the time, it was a token to show his other gay friends to prove he had a boyfriend and that he was a handsome bear. He never changed it, even though he had no one to show it off to anymore. How the hell did they get up here? The phone picks up and switches to speaker automatically. Cameron knows deep down that this must be a dream, but Devon is still hanging in the closet. He's overcome by the horror that this could be a partial dream and that the worst part of it is real. It makes Cameron try and fail to scream again. You want to know what? Cameron stares at the phone, unable to understand through the static, but able to recognize the voice. You said you wanted to know what? Like to die? I'd say, like drowning forever. Conscious forever while you suffocate for what made you happy when you were alive. And again, you don't believe in anything. So, what you really want to know is what it's like to disappear. Because you're scared. You tell yourself you want to die, but you wish your mom didn't save your worthless life, and that you deserve it. You tell yourself you want to die, that you wish your mom didn't save your worthless life, that you deserve it. Now you tell yourself that if it weren't for me, you'd have ended things back in college. You both know that's a lie. Because you're a fucking coward. You'll stay alive as long as you can be with someone who can keep you alive. I could have treated you like absolute shit the past 5 years, and you'd still be around today. You fucking begged Dylan not to leave you. He sneaked up and he punched you and gave you that scar. The one you said you got from falling against the cabinet. You're sick. Meanwhile, you let me put you in the situation. You said you wanted it. Do you still want it? No, please God, no. Cameron can't even move his hip. Cameron can't even move his lips. Anyway, I'm getting a little off topic, aren't I? You want to know what the afterlife is like? I'll give you an idea. Devon's voice becomes more muffled. Lisa, tell my boyfriend what it's like. It's quiet for a moment, and Cameron just sits in stunned misery, just waiting. A terrible, demonic scream screeches through the phone, and Cameron's blood bristles all over his body, and he fights this prison that he's in with everything he has. Finally breaks free. It takes Devin a moment to realize the terrible sound is coming from Cameron. He's never heard him make it sound like that before. That moment, whatever it is that has a hold of the bear, and Devin turns around, heaving for breath. When Dev looks at him, he sees Cameron's eyes are wide open. Cameron! Cameron makes that sound again. Though Devon has no idea what Cameron's saying, he knows that it's something terrible. Devon feels himself begin to panic. Baby, please, what's happening? Cameron just stares back at Devon and Devon finally snaps. Cameron! Devon is stepping out of the closet while suddenly Cameron lunges off the couch, making a feral sound. The look in Coyote's eyes is so intensely like him, that Devon draws back in fear. Honey, it's me. The death shot, Cameron's paws fly to the bear's neck, but instead of squeezing like he's been trying to do, like he thinks he's gonna do, they rip at the fur there. Wait, stop! Devon managed to catch Cameron's paw in his own much larger paws, easily restraining the smaller male. Cameron continues to stare at Devin back, seeming to search intensely when he looks at Dev's face. I saw you dead. You called and screamed at me. Though Devon doesn't understand, he can tell this wasn't one of Cameron's typical night terrors. The look on his face says it all. Fuck. I'm really, really sorry. I'm driving you pain now. Or wherever the hell you want to go. But Devon tries to pull him to the door. Cameron resists. Wait. Just let me catch my breath, okay? Okay. Just take deep breaths, okay? Devon fumbles with the lantern and turns it on. Then he stands next to Cameron for a few minutes, listening to him sob. Can I leave you, please? Cameron leads forward as an answer. He moves toward him as an answer. While Dev strokes his head, Cameron starts to rub his back, like he knows that Dev has been terrified too. I'm fine. It was just really intense. It was just a really intense vision. I'm so sorry. I've never seen you like that before. You scared the absolute shit out of me. Did you think I was attacking you? Huh? You were going up to my neck, sort of. Oh, no. I saw you hanging in the closet. Cameron's breath catches in his chest. Like from your neck. Oh shit. Yeah, it was so fucking real. They hold each other in silence for a while. Devon mulling over what Cameron just told him. Devon no longer has doubts that Cameron's a psychic, but right now that doesn't matter. He just wants the Coyote to feel safe again. Devon, you honey? I think you're right. About what? Something happened. I don't know if it's ghosts or whatever the hell else that could have been, but that wasn't just me. I've never felt or seen things like that before. It's more than me being crazy. There has to be. We can talk about this when we're in pain, okay? Dev, I promise to be honest with you, and I need to tell you something now, otherwise I probably never will. What is it? Dev's heart starts to pound as he sees a look on Cameron's face. If Peter was in this vision, Dev, please believe me when I say that I don't think it was really her, but... What? Cameron hesitates. Cameron, please tell me. I'm really, really sorry, but I heard her, and it was awful, and I don't know, it was just a scream, it was horrible. The floor seems to fall out from under Devin, and he feels like he's falling into an abyss. Cameron watches as the motel parking lot disappears into the night. They had left most of their stuff behind that room, only bringing along what they absolutely needed. Cameron had wanted to take it a bit slower, to think things over before running away like this. But weirdly enough, it was Devon that was ushering him out as quickly as he could. Oh, no, it made sense. What was truly weird was how Cameron had felt, and how he still feels now. Despite what just happened, despite the absolute horror of it, there's a part of Cameron that still wants to stay. Cameron has to assume that this is nothing like what Dev had seen in his previous investigation. But maybe he also felt that overwhelming feeling of wrongness. But it also feels wrong to just leave after hearing what he had heard. He expected Dev to want to stay after Cameron told him about Lupita. And if Dev had asked him to stay, Cameron would have done so, if only to search for better closure after hearing her screams. Despite Dev's calm appearance, Cameron knows that in his mind there must be turmoil now. And he must be in turmoil now. Now with the night ending like this, he thinks that maybe he should have told Dev what he heard. Yeah, he promised to be honest about it. But the hallucinations? About the hallucination? No. Vision? Felt like a lie somehow. A trick. It felt real. It happened, but it also felt like something nefarious was behind it all. He felt like when the wolf was focused on him, as if that had unseen something that taken the wheel and started steering things where it wanted them to go. Even if he has no idea what that something could be, Devin hopes that that's the case. The alternate is that the afterlife only really is suffering, and that would mean his mother is in the same place. That everyone's going to that place. Cameron squirms in his seat, the feeling of a suffocating dread creeping up under his neck. Drowning forever. Cameron suddenly turns to look at his boyfriend, unable to deal with the awkward silence any longer. Devon tilts his head slightly to Cameron's direction. Brows raised to show he's listening. Yeah, honey? He doesn't take his eyes off the road. Either because it's nighttime or more likely of what they just dealt with. The bear is being notably cautious. Still, there's a sense of urgency in his driving, like he's trying to get out of there as fast as he can. Cameron struggles to find the right words. Hey, let's talk about this when I get on the freeway, okay? I gotta focus right now. Cameron can't wait until then. After we coming back, Cameron sees Dev raise his eyes around, this time in surprise. No, of course not. We're done. I'm an idiot for doing this in the first place. I'm sorry. And again, I'm sorry. Cameron can't quash this feeling that he should be the one apologizing right now. But there's a theme park campaign called Southwest Adventures. I thought about going there at the end of our investigation, but we could do that tomorrow instead. Dev pauses, apparently waiting for a response, but Cameron can't think of one to give him. I think it'd be fun. Cameron is almost certain that the same word Devin had used just before they left to describe this version with Phil. Fun. I think we need to come back. You can't just leave things like that. That was so fucked. Cameron sees Dev grit his teeth, and the coyote feels himself recoil a bit, like he did on a daily basis with Dylan. Sorry, No, you're fine. I'm just having trouble seeing the goddamn road. Let's just leave it until I can see where I'm going, okay, hon? The coyote stills himself. You shouldn't ever feel afraid of Devon. He doesn't need to. I think we should come back tomorrow. Keep this going like you planned. There's something more to this, and I want to help find out what it is. He says it firmly, in a way that he hopes shows Devin that he's not completely fragile, even if he did break down in the motel room. But Devon is quiet. Cameron feels himself starting to get a little frustrated that he's being ignored. Within the bear responds, No, I don't think so. I'll probably come back, but with another psychic. I'm not gonna put you through that ever again. Despite knowing Devin means no offense by it, that Cameron feels offended, like Devon doesn't think he's good enough or strong enough to do this. But I want to, especially if you're gonna come back. You think I'm just gonna sit at home, knowing you're back in this hellhole? Listen, Cameron, I've been to a lot of haunted places, but there's something different about this time that feels really off. Fuck, like you said, and I don't want you anywhere near it. You said to pull you back if things go south, and they went south. And now it's Cameron who grits his teeth. But I want to. Do you still want it? I know you need to find answers, but after feeling what I felt, I need answers too. Devon's careful maneuvering along the broken road hits a pothole and the interior shakes. Devon winces. Babe, please. Let's talk about this later. I just want to put us in Peyton safe. I just want to get us to Peyton safely right now. And just like that, Cameron's determination dries up. He hates himself for being a coward. These had always been unequal in their relationship, but it was rare for Dev. It was rare for Dev to just say it out loud. To tell the Coyote what's good for him, even though Cameron told him what he wanted. It's nothing like that with Dylan, but the feeling is similar, and Cameron doesn't like it. Well, what I don't want you... Well, what if I don't want you to come back here either? Devon takes a deep breath, but manages to keep calm. And we could talk about it. We were safe back home. Cameron goes quiet again. They're halfway past the lake, a body of water looking like a giant dark pit, except there's a moon glittering on the surface. And that's when Cameron sees something out of the corner of his eye. There's something on the road between two craters of broken asphalt. Cameron stares for several seconds, not sure if he's seeing what he thinks he is seeing. He waits for Devon to say something, to wonder what the hell is in front of them. He says nothing, almost like he doesn't see it. Yet, here it is, right in front of him. And it's right where Devon is about to go, and the bear doesn't stop him. Cameron has to jerk himself out of his stunned daze. Oh my god, Dev, look! Huh? What? Dev finally looks at Cameron's eyes off the road, and the jeep still moves forward. Stop! Why is he stopping? The coyote does this first thing that comes to his mind. The coyote does the first thing that comes to his mind. Time slows down. It's just like what happened back in high school, right before they got hit by a car while skateboarding. He has more time to react now than he did, though. He slides his arm under the seatbelt to get free and reaches across Devon's side. He grabs the wheel, and even though Devon is starting to brake, it's not fast enough, and they're less than 20 feet away from hitting it. But coyote isn't thinking straight, acting on pure instinct. Cameron turns the wheel to the right, hard. Boom. Oh shit, they crash. Oh, GG. Rip. Oh, never mind, they're lost. Devon can't comprehend what Cameron's doing right before they hit something, and the drought is far worse than any pothole they'd hit in the road. First, he had been thrown to the left, slamming into his window before he bounces back towards Cameron. Then the bear is thrown into his seatbelt. In the back of his mind, he's aware Cameron is half out of his own seatbelt, having thrown sideways over the center console. Driven by what feels like pure reflex, Devon throws his arm around across the coyote in an attempt to hold him back. Cameron's muzzle meets the bear's thick arm before his palm smacks into the spring of the head unit. The numbing, tingling feeling explodes across his entire arm. Ah, fuck. Devon brings his arm to his chest, cradling as he winces. Alright? Cameron's breathless voice next to him is enough to reassure Dev that the coyote isn't seriously injured. The airbags hadn't even deployed, even though the impact felt serious. Yeah, my funny bone. What about you? Let me see your face. Devon tries to grab Coyote's muzzle to have a closer look at him. It's hard to see with only the glow of the Jeep's headlights, now dimmed from the swirling dust kicked up by the accident. But Cameron pulls away, opening the door to get out. Cameron, what? The coyote yelps, as he seems to be losing this, fauceting almost immediately and falls hard. Damn. Dev unbuckles the seatbelt and almost climbs out Cameron's side of the Jeep. Then realizing what he's doing, opens his own door to get out, almost falling himself as his feet touch even ground. Dust coats his mouth as he looks up the road, and immediately he can see Echo from here. He knew this was going to happen, that something was going to prevent them from getting out. He could feel it since he started driving. He didn't expect Cameron to cause it. The Jeep is tilted forward, front wheels wedged into a deep trench carved out by years of flooding along the edge of the road. Devon stumbles around the Jeep, in front of the Jeep, squinting against the headlights before looking down where Cameron had fallen. But he only sees blackness. Cameron! He starts to panic, seriously considering that the coyote had just fallen into the sinkhole. Then, over here. Dev looks back up towards the road, the dust finally clearing, and sees what Cameron has already there, sitting in the middle of it. Looking around confused, like he's almost breathing. Okay, I think this is a good place to end it. If you liked it so far, thank you for actually watching. the full video, this full little episode. I'll try to get part 3. Hopefully part 3 is a lot longer than this. I'm going to try to make it a lot longer than this recording. But, yeah. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you actually liked this video. And, with that, I'll catch you guys in part 3.